talk about securing data, two terms often come up: authentication and authorization. While they are often used interchangeably, they serve different purposes in keeping our data safe. The challenge we face is that many of us don't fully understand the difference between these two terms. We think they are the same thing, and that's where the problem starts. This misunderstanding can lead to security vulnerabilities in online platforms, making it easier for hackers to get in. Take online banking, for instance. If bank doesn't get authentication and authorization right, all money could be at risk. It's not just about money though. It's about personal data, sensitive information, and even our identities. The stakes are high, and that's why it's crucial we get this right. Without a clear understanding of these two terms, we are leaving ourselves open to attacks, and that's a risk we can't afford to take. Imagine a situation where a hacker gains access to a system because authorization wasn't set up correctly. They might be able to access sensitive data, make changes, or even take control of the system entirely. All because someone didn't understand the difference between authentication and authorization. It's a scary thought, but it is a reality we need to face head on. Let's dive deeper into each concept. Authentication is the process to verify someone's identity. It's like checking ID at a bar. The bouncer wants to make sure you are old enough to drink, so they check your ID to verify your age. In the digital world, this is done through passwords, biometric data, or other form of verification. Once you are authenticated, you are considered trustworthy and you get access to the system. Authorization, on the other hand, is the process of granting access based on that identity. It's like getting a stamp on your hand at a club. Once you are authenticated, the bouncer gives you a stamp, and that's what allows you to get in. Think of it like a key and a lock. Authentication is the key, and authorization is the lock. The key gets you past the first hurdle, but the lock is what actually gives you access to the treasure. Without the lock, the key is useless, and vice versa. You need both for secure access. Let's take a real-world example. Remember the Equifax breach back in 2017? Hackers gained access to sensitive data, including social security numbers and birth dates. One of the reasons this happened was because Equifax didn't separate authentication and authorization correctly. They had a single point of failure that allowed hackers to get in and access all sensitive data. If they had kept authentication and authorization separate, the breach might not have been as severe. In another scenario, let's say a company has a system that allows employees to access sensitive data. If the system only authenticates employees but doesn't authorize their access, anyone who gains access to the system can access that data regardless of their role. This is exactly what happened in the case of Yahoo breach. Hackers gained access to the system, and because there was no proper authorization, they were able to access all that sensitive data. We've seen time and time again that misunderstanding these two terms can lead to devastating consequences. It's crucial we get it right. So, what's the real difference between authentication and authorization? Authentication is about verifying who you are, while authorization is about what you are allowed to do based on who you are. It's a subtle difference, but It's what makes all the difference in keeping our data safe. If you have any thoughts on this topic, please share them in the comments below. Ask us any question you may have, and don't forget to check out our other videos on cybersecurity.